Hello, 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 and Happy New Year. I can still say that, can't I? Today is the 5th, it's a Sunday, 5th of Jan. So yeah, I think I can still say Happy New Year. When is appropriate not to say Happy New Year? So I thought I'd come on, and obviously I did say that this was going to be the start of something, so I can't just post a video. It wasn't even a video, it came up as a short, because I realised that if you want it as a video, it has to be longer. So I apologise again for this. I've sat in every room in my house. Enzo is just wondering what is going on, but he's actually quite happy because he's back on this bed where he knows he shouldn't be. So yeah, I thought I'd just come on and obviously chat a little bit longer than last time, although last time was really more of an introductory little video. So not much I want to really go into as an actual topic, more just to maybe just explain a little bit more about why I wanted to do this. I think I told you in the last one I did, it's my 60th year. So this is something that I want to try and do and also stick at. So it's kind of like not a New Year's resolution, but a New Year thing. So yeah, that's what I'm going to try and do. However, I am going to have to invest in a little bit of equipment. I think a tripod stand might help, and it might help where I can position to do these videos in my house, because at the minute, every room I go in, I've got a glare. I was literally just sat on my landing, which I thought, oh my God, this would be great. Couldn't quite get it right. And then could I get up off the floor? No. Anybody who is a certain age, it's great when you actually get on the floor, but you can't bloody stand back up again. It's just horrible. Aging is such a terrible thing, isn't it? So yeah, what else? I am my age, and I also got married 2 weeks ago. So that's a really, really amazing, wonderful thing. I am married to my now gorgeous, gorgeous husband, Joshua. We've been together since 2016. So yeah, and now we're married. It's just amazing. I just keep looking at my wedding ring thinking, yeah, I'm married. So that's another amazing thing that happened to me. The other things that I want to talk about on here are just all the things that come with being a woman or a man of a certain age. You know, you think in your head, in my head, I am still, 20, 30, 25, whatever. In my head, that's the age I am. I look in the mirror, or I try and get up off the floor, or I try and kneel down, and you realise, oh my God, this is really bad. But it's part and parcel, isn't it? And my way of thinking is, at the moment, I keep thinking, right, you need to keep your I can't try and make sense of what I want to say, but I know what I mean in my head. Like, obviously, my skeleton has held me up for 60 years. So at some point, there's a lot of wear and tear on it, i.e. my bones, my knees are shot to pieces. I've got arthritis in my right knee. I also had a tear in my right knee. I don't know which one I can feel, the tear or the arthritis. It's still really painful. I'm going to move this up that light, see if I can do it. There we go. That's a little bit better, isn't it? I have arthritis in my big toe, which is just highly amusing to one of my sons. He thinks it's funny, but it's so bad. Like, you don't actually realise how important your toes are. So yeah, that's in one toe, and I feel like it's going into the other toe now. I've also just getting over something called plantar fasciitis. I don't know if anybody's had that. Truly horrendous. It's awful. But touch wood, I think I'm over the worst of that. Anybody who has had it, tell me what you did to get rid of it. Castor oil is what I used. Anyway, I really don't want to talk about aches and pains because it's not the best thing to talk about, is it? But it's just something I think that you've got to just get on with. My philosophy is, yes, my bones are going to age and they're going to slow me down, and you know, they're going to be aches and pains, but as long as I can keep my sort of internal organs working healthily, you know, my heart, my lungs, try and eat well, then that's what I'm going to try and do. And hopefully I will live to be a ripe old age, possibly 99, I'm thinking. And the worst thing that'll be is I've got a walking stick. That's the plan. So yeah, not really a resolution for anything, just kind of a way of doing things. My son and his girlfriend have just, I was talking to them yesterday, and he was telling me about this, is it 75 hard, where you have to pick, well, I thought you had to pick 5 things, but it's a designated 5 things that you have to do for 75 days. So I think it's 2 45-minute workouts a day, which I think is just a lot. I don't exercise. My exercise is walking, Enzo. As long as I get my steps in, that's as far as I'm willing to go. I'm not a fan of exercise. I know that sounds really bad, but I just can't. It's not me. Did a lot when I was younger, not actually gymming it and all that malarkey. That's not me at all. I've never set foot in a gym in my life. I think the most exercise I ever did of that caliber was at school, in high school, which I loved then. I feel like I'm rumbling and going off on a lot of different tangents here. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, 75 hard. So basically, yeah, one of them is the 2 45 minutes exercises a day, which I said I think that's an overstretch. If you're not willing to kind of do the exercise, maybe 2 20-minute ones, what I would do. And then the other one was drink a gallon of water a day. I've tried that. I am at the moment having a mug of boiling hot water with a slice of lemon in every single morning before I have my chai tea. I mean, I know we're only on the 5th of January, so I've only done it for 5 days, but we'll see how long that lasts. But I feel like that's good for my system. The water thing I have tried, and although I do feel better when I'm doing it, I just get so sick of running for a wee. It's just constant. That's the hard part, isn't it? And then you have to kind of get it all in before a certain part of the day, because otherwise you're up in the night having wheeze. And I can't do that, because once I'm awake, that's it. My brain wakes up and I'm awake, and I find it really hard to get to sleep. So I did try the water thing. I am going to try and get more water in my body, but I'll see how it goes. The other thing for this 75 hard was eat clean. That's really hard in January, don't you think? You've got Pringles, peanuts, chocolates, shortbread. You've got all this stuff knocking around. It's just hard. I feel like all those things that people say about eating good, they should start in February, when you've ate all the stuff. All the Christmas stuff is gone, and then you can start in February. And the other thing was the no alcohol. So I feel like, yeah, that could possibly be a thing. It depends how much you drink. I can get a bottle of red wine, which is, to be honest, is all I drink really, although I do like an Aperol Spritz. But the red wine, if I can get a bottle of red wine, I can have 1 glass on a Friday, 1 glass on a Saturday, 1 glass on a Sunday, and that's me. That's how I drink my wine, just Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So that's how. I don't think I would give my wine up. Red wine is meant to be good for you anyway, isn't it? So yeah, I won't be giving my wine up. I do like my red wine. So that is the 75 hard. I don't know if my son and son's girlfriend will keep it up. I think they will. I would imagine there's a lot of people doing it. I think it's a TikTok thing, isn't it? So probably a lot of you have heard of it or are in the process of doing it. I don't really do resolutions because I feel like you just set yourself up for a fall. If you just try each day and do something that you've set out to do, that's fine. But if you slip off the wagon, it's not a big problem, is it? So yeah, Health-wise, I'm in pretty good shape, I think. I'm obviously well, I don't even know if I'm menopausal, and I think a lot of people, although it's amazing that the word is out there about menopause now, because obviously back in the day it was a very taboo subject that no one ever spoke about. And I do wish so much that I haven't got my mum anymore. And I do wish that I had spoken to her, or she had spoken to me about it when I was younger. I speak to my daughter about it now because I want her to be prepared for what is obviously inevitably going to come to her and every woman in this whole wide world. So I think I started HRT. God, I must have been on HRT for like 15 years. I tried initially, when I started to get my symptoms, to do it my own way. I visited Holland and Barrett probably twice a week. Tried all the tried all the different things. What was the black? I can't even remember what it was called now. Oh, I can't remember what it was called. It was some herb thing that eventually got withdrawn. So I don't know if that was, I don't know what that did to me. But anyway, I tried to do it all naturally. And it just got to the point where I was like something off The Walking Dead. So I went and got HRT, and I can honestly say it is the best thing that I ever did. I literally changed overnight. I got my sleep back, I got myself back, and I just felt human again. The length of time that I've been on it, I started off on the old style tablets, which I don't even think anyone prescribes anymore. I tried those, and then I was on them for a very long time. Then there was a huge HRT shortage after I've been on it quite a long time, well, a few years. And then so I got prescribed my HRT when I used to live in a different area. When I moved to this area, and just to say where I lived, it was never an issue, never ever an issue. The nurse practitioner who used to speak to me when I used to go in, she used to say to me, Joanne, we will never try and take this off you. Once you're on it for as long as you want to be on it. It's not a problem. Perfect. Moved here. Went to my very first doctor's appointment where I needed to get a repeat prescription while I was there. And the lady doctor who spoke to me said, well, I don't think I'm going to be issuing you that prescription anymore. To which my face literally just dropped in horror. She said, I'll prescribe you. What did she say she was going to prescribe me? Some antidepressants. Yeah. And this other medication, which I later Googled, and it's to treat people who have ADHD. Suffice to say, I left that appointment in absolute tears. I came home to Josh and I said, I just cannot actually believe they won't give me HRT. I was just truly devastated. Made another appointment to see a different doctor at the same practice. I hate the doctors here. I absolutely hate them. They're absolutely useless. Anyway, saw this other doctor. She again was not happy. And I said to her, right, okay, well, I would like a referral, please, to the women's hospital where they can hopefully give me the prescription, which I've been on. So she very reluctantly did me a referral. And in the meantime, she did give me one prescription. And then after that, my HRT was prescribed via the women's hospital. I then went on to so from the tablets, I went on to the patches and progesterone. So I had an estrogen patch and a progesterone tablet. I feel like somewhere along the line, I've totally digressed from my first situation that I was talking about. Anyway, that will come back to me. So yeah, estrogen patches and progesterone tablets. So I was on them, and that was great. However, after a good few months, I literally looked like my legs, the top of my thighs looked like a patchwork quilt, because the patches, you have to kind of alternate where you put the patches. You get this vile sticky residue on your leg where it comes off. It does come off, but you've got to give it a really, really good clean with a baby wipe or even baby oil to get it off. And then they were all red and angry and itchy. So I had a telephone appointment with the gynecologist from the women's, explained what was happening, and he said, right, okay, we'll put you on the gel. So I'm now on the gel, and I also have, because I'd done some research about this, I also have some testosterone gel, which I just take twice a week, very small amount, because when you get older, you lose everything. You lose your estrogen, your progesterone. All women have testosterone in their body, obviously not as much as a male, but we all have it. And you get to this certain age and everything goes. So really, you need all these things put back into you to make you feel like you can function and be normal. So yeah, that's what I'm on at the moment. I think I started to say, I think I was saying back in the day, it was like no one spoke about it. And obviously I've just given you my whole history of HRT and all the rest of it. And I feel like everybody, I think a certain amount of people will be thinking, oh my God, menopause again. They're talking about menopause. But it's massive. It's massive. And I can only say that HRT is just an absolute godsend. Quick story, very long time ago, I used to work in Pandora, and the one day I think it was Christmas time, I was serving this lady and gentleman, and the lady, obviously she was stood looking at charms, but she was fanning, and she said, I'm so sorry. She said, have you got a chair? So she got a water out, and I said, yeah, of course. And I instantly recognised what was going on. She said, I just feel terrible. I'm so fed up with this. And even her husband was saying, she's just really not coping well. So I did say, you should go to the doctors and try HRT. And she said, I've been thinking about it, but I don't know what to do, and I don't think I want it. And I said, well, I would definitely give it a try. I explained to her that I was on it. Anyway, that was that conversation. Many, many months went by, and I then was in a different branch of the Pandora I used to work in was a franchise, so I was in a different part of that franchise, another jewellery part, and I was serving this lady and gentleman, and the gentleman said to me, I obviously didn't recognise them, I see a lot of people, but the gentleman did say to me, I need to say thank you to you. So I said, oh, why? Why are you saying thank you? He said, because after your visit, my wife, obviously pointed to his wife, made an appointment, and she said, yeah, I made an appointment to the doctors, got on HRT, and I feel truly amazing. Cannot believe I didn't waited so long to go on it. But because you sort of gave your advice on it and said how you were feeling, I thought I'd try it. And she said, I feel like a new woman. So it proper made my day, really made my day that she'd gone and she felt better and she was no longer just going through this daily struggle. So I would recommend it to anybody. I've already told my daughter, once it starts happening, you need to go on it. So yeah, menopause. Obviously I could go into that in a lot more detail, but that's just a quick overview. So I've done my aches and pains, my menopause, but other than that, things are pretty good. Enzo keeps me on my toes, keeps me active, and that's what I'm up to at the moment. So I hope you are all doing really well. I've got a lot to learn and process and sort out about doing videos from here, so I'm not just sat in this one position. I obviously want to try and do some different videos and edit them all together, and so it's going to be a real learning curve for me. I'm no lover of technology really, but I've got to do it, haven't I? So I will be investing in a tripod, and hopefully I will learn the art of editing videos. You wouldn't believe how many YouTubers are on here actually telling you how to edit, how to film. So I've been looking at all of those as well. Anyway, I need to go. Hopefully this video will get to the different stage and not go on a short this time, but I appreciate all your views from the first one, and I obviously got a few comments and a few thumbs up, so that's brilliant. So I'll just show you Enzo. Can you see him? He's asleep. He is eyeballing us though as we speak. I'm going to take him out shortly. It snowed here really badly last night. Well, not really badly, but it did snow. So I'm going to take him out in a bit. Josh has already taken him out this morning and he was skittering around. He does this thing where he thinks he's in the SAS and he's just on his floor. He's got his paws on the floor and he's spinning round and he was trying to eat it. So yeah, that should be fun. I'm going to get my wellies on. I'm going to take him for another walk. So I will leave you now, and hopefully, well, definitely, I will be back soon, and I will have different content. Maybe we'll think of something to do next time. This was just another follow-on because I thought I can't leave it any longer after doing my first one, because apparently consistency is key. So have a lovely, lovely Sunday, whatever you're doing. I am hoping that the footy hasn't been cancelled. Liverpool United are on after, so fingers crossed that still stays on. And have a lovely day, and I'll talk to you all soon.